guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. So it has been way too long since I did my last how-to video. So today I wanted to show you how to achieve a precise blended halo eye look. So I'll be sharing with you my tips and tricks and also kind of how to cheat a halo eye look if you do have hooded eyes like myself. And today I have chosen a blue color scheme, but of course you can just take away the tips and techniques that I share and then customize the look and colors to suit your everyday makeup look. But personally, I just love playing with color. You guys already know that. And I also thought that it would be easier for you guys to see exactly what I'm doing if I am using more bright, vibrant colors. But yeah, I really hope that you learned something from today's video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel before you leave and check out my social media links below. And let's just go ahead and get started. So of course, the first step to any eyeshadow look is to prime the lid. We want to get rid of all those little veins and discoloration, and we just want a clean base for the eyeshadow. So my current favorite base is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Chantilly. This is a nice full coverage concealer. That's exactly what we want. And I like to take this on the Sigma large shader brush, and I'm just gonna apply this to my lid. And what I've been enjoying doing lately is taking the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer, and this is in the shade Whiteout, and applying it to the back of my hand, and then applying a little bit of that over the concealer to really lighten my base. And this is going to help make the shadows that we apply over the top really vibrant. And I'm just making sure that there are no creases on the lid before setting this with some translucent powder. So I'm going to take the powder on the Morphe Y11 brush, and I'm just going to gently tap that on my lid to set that concealer into place. And we're tapping rather than like moving the brush back and forth to make sure we don't move any of that concealer. So I'm actually going to be going in with the second darkest shadow that we're going to be using today. So this is Sugarpill Cosmetics Single Shadow in the shade Velocity, and I'm going to take that on the Morphe E18 brush. This is a nice precise bullet packing brush, and I'm going to take the product and I'm going to be applying it in my crease in a half circle shape, and I'm going to be tapping the product onto my lid so that we can get maximum pigmentation before we start to blend it out. And I'm actually taking this product above my natural crease so I can kind of cheat the appearance of a larger lid space. So now that I've packed the color on my lid, I'm going to go back in with that same brush, and I'm just going to tap out the edges to diffuse any harsh lines. And this is also going to help with the blending process. And you don't have to be too precise with this step. Now going in with another Sugarpill shade. This is Kim Kai. And I'm going to take that on the Sigma blending brush. And I'm going to use this shade to blend out the previous shade. So I'm just going to be applying this to the edges to again diffuse any harsh lines. And I guess I've been taught and always heard that you apply shadow in windshield wiper circular motions, but I was first inspired to try this tapping technique from Mama Mitchell on Instagram. The artist that he posts on his story use this tapping technique, and they just create the most perfect, beautiful blend. So I guess I've been experimenting with this technique lately, and I don't use it too often, but I think that it's great for a halo eye look because it just makes the process so much easier. So we're going to be going in with the lightest shadow that we're going to be using today. So again, it's by Sugarpill and it's called Home Sweet Home, and I'm going to take that on the Zoeva Soft Definer brush. And again, I'm just going to be using tapping motions, and this is going to act as our transition shade. So I'm going to apply that to the very edge of the previous shade and start to gently blend that towards my brow bone. And with a halo eye look, you want as much shadow that there is on the outer corner in the inner corner, which can be a little bit weird. You know, I'm so used to creating like a cut crease or a smoky eye where you really blow out the outer corner and you really focus your shadow application there. But it's so important to make sure you do have enough shadow on your inner corner, because otherwise your halo eye isn't going to be even, and it's really not even going to be a halo eye. So now that we've applied that transition shade, we've lost some of that intensity from the first shade we used. So I'm going to go back in with that again on the Sigma blending brush, and I'm just going to re-intensify that dark blue. Again, tapping out the edges to blend it in to the rest of the shadows. Alrighty, so I'm now going to dip into the darkest shade that we're going to be using today. So this is the Magic Palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm going to take this dark navy blue shade on the same bullet brush, and I'm going to be applying this below that Velocity shade, and I'm also again going to be applying this above my natural crease so that later on I can create the appearance that I have a larger lid space. So it's now time to create the cut crease for this halo eye. So just like in my last how-to video where I showed you how to achieve the perfect cut crease, which I will go ahead and leave a link down below, I'm going to look at my eye from a corrective makeup point of view and break it up into percentages. So right now my natural crease is around here, and that's around a 20 to 30% lid space and around an 80 to 70% below the brow space. And to create more of that ideal eye shape, we want those ratios to come closer together. So I'm actually going to create around a 60% lid space and around a 40% below the brow space, because I want enough room on that lid to actually be able to create the halo eye and create a beautiful blend. And right now, if I used my natural crease, well, you wouldn't be able to see a damn thing. I'm going in with a flat synthetic brush with the concealer that we used as primer, and this percentage creates a guideline for where I want the top of my cut crease to be. And for the shape, I'm just following my natural crease shape, which is kind of like the half circle shape that we've been applying our eyeshadow. And lately I've been bringing my concealer all the way down in that inner and outer corner, because I found that sometimes when I stopped my concealer application around here, it could create like a patchy unevenness between the blend of the new eyeshadow and the old eyeshadow. I guess because it was kind of like two different surfaces. You know, I just applied a fresh coat of concealer on the lid and a fresh application of eyeshadow, whereas that old eyeshadow in the inner and outer corner had kind of been sitting there, blended in with the other eyeshadows. I don't know if that makes any sense. So what I'm going to do now is go in with some makeup remover on a cotton tip, and I'm going to remove the excess shadow on the center of my lid. And this is going to create a clean canvas for the next shadows that we go in with, just to ensure that we have no eyeshadow peeking through. We're now going to go back in with some more of that concealer, and I'm going to be applying that on the lid to create a clean canvas for the shadows that we're going to go in with next. This step is really going to help with the preciseness and sharpness of the look. I'm going to use my finger to tap the edges of that concealer to again help the blending process and ensure that there are no harsh lines. And I'm setting that with some translucent powder. So we're now going to go back in with that first shade we used on that bullet brush, and I'm going to use that to diffuse the edge of that concealer. And I'm just tapping the edges of the eyeshadow with that concealer brush, again to diffuse any harsh lines and help with the blending process. Going back into Kim Tai on the Zoeva Luxe Smoky Shader brush, I'm going to be doing the exact same process, except I'm bringing that product in closer to the center of my lid. And of course, the last shade that we're going to be applying to the very center of my lid is Home Sweet Home, and I'm just going to be packing that shade on. So there's so many different directions that you can go with this halo eye look. You could apply some liner to the edge of that cut crease. You could create a wing. I love to add a little pop of something to the very center of the lid, either like a white or some glitter. So today I'm going to be taking the Urban Decay Heavy Metal in Distortion. Alrighty, so I just threw on a lash, which hopefully gives you a bit of a better idea of what the finished look is going to be. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do my other eye, my face, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, so that is the end of the tutorial, and this is the finished look. I love it, and I hope that you guys do too, and that this video was helpful for you. As always, all the products that I've used will be down below in the description box, and be sure to leave me a comment so that we can chat together in the comment section. But yeah, that's the end of the video, so hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!